Once upon a time, there was a king who had a wise minister. This minister would frequently say, "Whatever happens, happens for good." One day, the king was cleaning his sword while the minister sat beside him. Suddenly, the sword slipped and fell on the king's foot, cutting off one of his toes. Immediately, the minister remarked, "Whatever happens, happens for good." The king, furious upon hearing this, angrily questioned the minister. "My toe is cut off, and you call it good? What good could possibly come from this?" Enraged, the king ordered the minister to be imprisoned. Despite this, the minister felt no sadness. As he was being taken to jail, he repeated, "Whatever happens, happens for good." The king, perplexed, thought, "How odd. He's being imprisoned and yet still says that everything happens for good." 2 months passed after this incident. One day, the king set out on a hunting expedition with his soldiers. As they rode deep into the dense forest, the king, while chasing a deer, ventured further away from his men and got lost. Although he failed to catch the deer, he realized that he had wandered too far and was now alone in the forest. As he tried to find his way out, he was suddenly surrounded by a group of forest-dwelling tribals. These tribals, who were neither part of the king's kingdom nor knew who he was, captured him and took him to their village. They were searching for a human sacrifice to offer to their deity. The king pleaded for his life, but the tribals didn't understand his language. Overjoyed, they started playing drums in celebration, preparing to sacrifice the king. They bathed him, dressed him in fresh clothes, adorned him with a garland of flowers, and readied him for the sacrifice. Just before they were about to kill him, the tribal chief noticed the king's missing toe. He immediately halted the drums and declared, "This man cannot be sacrificed. He is incomplete. If we offer an incomplete person, our deity will be angered, not pleased." As a result, they spared the king's life and let him go. The king returned to his palace overwhelmed with gratitude. He reflected on the incident, realizing that if his toe hadn't been cut off, the tribals would have sacrificed him. This made him understand the truth behind the minister's words. Whatever happens, happens for good. Upon returning to the palace, the king ordered his soldiers to release the minister from prison. He restored the minister to his position and asked, "Minister, now I understand why my toe being cut off was for my good, but what about you?" "You were in jail for 2 months. What good came from that?" Smiling, the minister replied, "My lord, I was always by your side as your prime minister. If I hadn't been imprisoned, I would have been with you on that day. When the tribals saw your missing toe, they let you go, but my body was intact, and they would surely have sacrificed me instead. So it was good that I was in jail. It saved both your life and mine. That's why I always say, whatever happens, happens for good." In our own lives, we often encounter situations that seem bad or unfair. Yet when we look back later, we realize that those moments were actually for our good. We tend to judge events with our limited intelligence, but the truth is our understanding is restricted. The entire world operates on karma. Those who perform good deeds experience happiness, while those who do wrong face sorrow. So, if you are going through a difficult time, remember that your bad karma is being worked off, and nature is always guiding you toward progress by helping you face the consequences of your actions. This world isn't designed to harm us, and nothing truly bad can happen here. Remove the belief that anything unfortunate can happen to you, and always keep in mind that whatever happens, happens for good.